False Confessions of a True Hollywood Screenwriter, Sharon Cobb. Thank you for joining us. Hello.
Welcome.
And I got the pleasure of taking a class from you a couple of weeks ago. It was awesome.
And you were so quiet in class.
Oh, I know, yeah, I was so quiet.
This is the same person.
Now, before we get into about your background and what you've done, you actually have a huge announcement that you got this morning, right? Like a green light on a film.
Oh my gosh, what?
Tell us.
What is it? What is it?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm going like, okay, so this is so Hollywood. It's like 11 o'clock this morning, I get a call from a director I've been working with for about a year now on a project, and he says, you know what? We got a green light on our project now, today.
Right.
So yes, so Trey Vollmer is the director, and it's called Danny Cruz. It's a movie, and Trey's father is going to be the executive producer. His name is Vern Vollmer. Now that's a Breaking Bad name if you ever heard one. And it's starring Josue Gutierrez, who I think is amazing. We've got some local talent like David McMahon that's going to be in it too. So yeah, so
Congratulations.
This is like your life. I mean, you write screenplays, you get the green light, they're made into movies and stuff. That's what you do, right? How long have you been writing screenplays?
Shh. A long time. Yeah. I started when I lived in Key West. I moved there to retire when I was 31. Yes.
Wait, you were going to retire at 31?
I did. I did retire at 31. Yes, I did.
That's a lot. We need to be taking some other notes from you, apparently.
I did. I really did. But my neighbor was Tennessee Williams. And
so, get out.
Yeah, no.
A little known author, everybody. For those at home.
We called him Tom. And my mom was such a huge fan. I talked to him and started writing scripts. I started writing fiction because of him. Wow. And so that's kind of how I got started.
How did you get him to Hollywood? How did you get these screenplays to Hollywood where they started becoming movies?
I had to go before there was an internet thing. I had to actually go there.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, it was exciting. It was exciting. I mean, you know, it's one of those places where you see all these people on the street and they're in the grocery stores and stuff, and they're people you've seen, I mean, amazing people you've seen, and it's just so surreal. And then, of course, they have a lot of limos. They have a lot of, I mean, the whole place is very surreal.
It's just like Miley Cyrus said in her song about getting out there and then needing the music on the radio. Sorry. Miley Cyrus, that's what I know about Hollywood. Sorry, y'all.
That's it.
Let's talk about your book, though, because you said the tagline there. Now, is all your inspiration from your book, from your experience there? You talk about the fact that there are no rules.
I call that book faction. It's fiction based on facts. And it really,
So there were some things blowing up during your experience in LA, because I heard there's some mansions blowing up.
Well, yeah,
and some
sort of.
True action happening.
Some of it I made up. Yeah, I did. but it's like I'm reading on the back. It says, "In Hollywood, there are no rules, and they're strictly enforced." That's true.
That's the truth.
That's true. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
So, aside from the fact that I'm still stuck on you retired at 31. You also happen to sell a couple of screenplays.
Yeah, after I got to LA, yeah.
So what was that process like?
Well,
do you put it on Craigslist or what do you do?
This was pre-internet.
Sorry,
she said.
Pre-internet. No, like for instance, one of the things I got a meeting to pitch. That means you go out and tell the story. Yep. And I pitched 5 ideas, and they bought 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
now that's got to be pretty incredible, right?
Yeah.
Those are really great odds.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I mean, amazed. So I wrote, that was one of my first assignments, and I had only been there a few months. One of my first assignments to write a script, so that was good. And then one of my most exciting ones was when I met the producer for Danny Glover. She ran his company, and I had this weird feeling about this. She said, "Let's have coffee," and I would go, "Okay." And normally you would think, you make up an agenda, you figure out what you're going to pitch for Danny Glover, blah, blah, blah. And I had this weird feeling, don't do that. And I didn't. And now I know very well, if I had done that, there would have been no deal, because she pitched me. She said, "I have this idea that that might be good, but I don't know how to write it. Would you help me?" And so we pitched the idea to Danny in his trailer on the Lethal Weapon 4 set.
Oh my
gosh. Yes.
Wow.
The Warner Brothers lot. Yes, we did that. He loved it. And so it was Danny Glover, Babyface Edmonds, and Tracy, and my partner Carolyn McDonald and I took it into Fox. You know, the studio, there's a studio out there called Fox. And so we took it into Fox and they bought it.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
is awesome.
So what an incredible story.
What's some of the best advice you have for somebody that wants to write and sell screenplays if they're trying to break into the business?
Write shorts first, short films. That's because that's kind of
Which are how long?
Well, it can be 5 minutes or 20 minutes. Like, you don't want too much longer than 10 minutes. Good. That's very good. 10 minutes is very good. So it is, and that's what our formula is now. We're writing these short concept films. That's what Danny Cruz is going to be. And then we go and take those. I'm going out to American Film Market in November. And Dwayne A. Sykes Productions, and Dwayne Sykes here in Jacksonville, the only producer I know who's really making movies is Dwayne Sykes.
Wow.
And so I write a lot for him. And then I'm taking those out to American Film Market, these shorts, and hope that we get deals, at least one. He was involved in June.
Okay.
He was involved, yes, exactly.
So now these days, though, a person, you can really write in Jacksonville and sell to Hollywood. It's a lot easier than back in the day when you went to LA, correct?
That's right. Bing, 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 bing. Yes, that's right.
Which gives us all
What a
hope who are,
relief.
you know, aspiring
It's
screenwriters in Jacksonville.
And we think we have traffic? No, we have no traffic.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's a brilliant place to live.
traffic.
And we just finished shooting a short that was one of Dwayne's productions called Ortega River Rats, and it's being edited right now. And we're taking that one. I'm taking that one out to American Film Market. My good friend Grace Bryan, who also works with Dwayne, is going to go, and we're gonna have fun.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like a blast.
Yep.
Now, I read that you were involved with the 48-hour film festival. That's happened in Jacksonville. Is it still happening in Jacksonville?
Oh my goodness,
Okay,
yes.
is that
Yeah.
a great way for
It's awesome.
maybe, you know,
This
first timers to get involved?
48, I call it the 48, is like an amazing way for anybody who wants to either write or act. All of you should be in a 48-hour film.
Oh,
and
sure.
I am
Okay.
sure
Yeah.
about that. Yes, I
Is this your
am.
48 film,
Oh
by
my
the way?
gosh. Yes,
Okay.
that's, oh my God,
Okay.
that's Easter Bunny Superhero. And I wrote that in 2007, the first year of the Jacksonville 48-hour film competition. It won a lot of things.
Nice.
It won a lot of things. It was amazing. And that was one of my favorite things. I worked on it. I've written, I don't know, dozens of 48-hour film. I write for the Washington, D.C. 48 and Baltimore 48.
Very cool.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and I judge. I'm
and
judging.
real quick, before we go, you teach a class in
I do,
screenwriting. So
I do.
tell us quick about that before we got to go.
UNF, University of North Florida. If you look under learnjacksonville.com, you will find all the classes that I teach in screenwriting and blogging and all kinds of crazy stuff, attracting abundance. Woo!
Ooh, I like the
Nice.
sound of
Very
that. Love
She
it.
is a really good teacher, by the way. I mean, you really are.
I think
you know?
Yeah, we probably figured
Yeah.
that
I
out.
feel
can
your
believe that.
charisma.
Charisma,
Makes me
it was
wanna learn more.
interesting, it was simple, like it didn't feel over my head, but really good teacher. So, and one of your students who's an actor said, "You are the real deal."
Oh, really? Oh.
That's what he told me.
There you have it.
So all right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us, Sharon.
You
We
guys
appreciate
are
it.
awesome. Let's
Thank
make
you,
movies, guys.
All right.
Hey,
We'll
all
be
right.
in a
Paying,
movie.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
All right, well, for more information on classes in screenwriting, you can visit the website unf.edu. You can find more about Sharon on her website, Sharon, Y, as in the letter Y, Cobb, COBB.com. Coming up next, does travel make you stressed? Like, who doesn't it stress out? We're sharing tips so that you'll never waste another minute of your precious time off.